Welcome to the It's Your Fate podcast. Conversations to guide your steps and light your path in deciding your definite major purpose. I'm your host, Lefford Fate. Hello, this is Lefford Fate, and in this series of 17 podcast episodes, which is hosted by my good friend and colleague Mike Saunders, you're going to learn about the principles to a positive mental attitude.
Welcome back, everyone. Today we have with us Napoleon Hill certified leader Happy Baines, who is talking about principle number 4, which is going the extra mile. Happy, welcome to the program.
Thank you so much, Mike, and thanks to everyone and to all my peers, especially Don Green and all my colleagues who have joined this journey. It couldn't be more incredible than this. It's an honor and privilege to be here online with you, Mike. Thank you.
Super. You're welcome. You know, I want to talk about going the extra mile because I just feel like in today's society, it is so needed because people feel like this is my job description. I do this and I'm done. But give us a background on what going the extra mile is and why is it so relevant for today?
Well, thanks for asking me this question. It's one of my favorite principles, and I think it has to relate it to my personal own story. Where I started my earning, how did I realize going the extra mile is also principle and is a way of method where we can reap the rewards for our good service and product which we provide to the world. It goes back to when I was 8-year-old when I started earning my first not a salary, but a money. My uncle used to have a bicycle, and one day I just washed his bicycle, and in the evening he gave me 5 cents. And I said, why did you give me that? He said, oh, I noticed that you washed my bike. And then next day I did the same thing without he asked me to do at the first time. And then I did for 2 days, and I got another 5 cents. And then I got another third day, I got 5 cents. But on the fourth day, I got nothing. So I said, Uncle, why did not you give me 5 cents today? He said, my dear son, and you did not wash my bicycle. I said, oh, interesting. So on the 5th day, I shined his bike like it was a brand new, spokes and rims and everything. And then he gave me 10 cents that day. Then I asked my uncle, why did you give me 10 cents today? He said, you went above and beyond to shine and sparkle my bike, so you get 5 cents extra. Since then till today, I got that concept, the idea of going the extra mile. I said, if you do your best, not the best, but the excellent, you get the excellent rewards. So one of my favorite quotes I invented since childhood is, when we do excellent service, we reap excellent rewards. And we do poor service, we reap poor rewards. So there is nothing cheated in that. So since then, I have been practicing this going the extra mile principles, and without asking, if we do our best to provide the best service, best love, best respect, little extra, and it comes back in a very abundant way, and everybody feels happy. And I think that today, a lot of people have a lack of self-discipline on persistence, so they want the rewards right away, so they don't go extra mile. So the most common habit of today's young people and most of the people is lack of self-discipline and persistence. So they don't want to go extra mile. They want to reap the rewards right away. They want to sow now and start the harvesting in the morning. It doesn't go. It's against the law.
Do you feel that sometimes the younger generation today has the attitude you just mentioned, which I agree with, but also they feel entitled that they deserve more than the work that they put out?
Definitely, I somehow agree with you on this point, but we live in the era of a mind era. It has been said that from last 500,000 years of civilization, what we have achieved from last 50 years, it is all our brain work, which is a remarkable thing. So some areas, if we use our smart way, brain work, we should get the reward in an excellent way. But then by using that principle or using the reward faster, especially for young people, they need to understand what they are creating, not competing. When you create and invent something uniquely, definitely there are unique rewards in our life for that. So nothing comes easy. If they want a faster result and faster reward, they need to put little hard work, a lot of invention, creativity, and persistence, and it won't come overnight, that's for sure.
I feel like sometimes people think that they are going the extra mile when in reality they're barely doing what is required. What have you found are misconceptions surrounding this principle of going the extra mile?
Well, if I do more and give more of my time, if I'm not paid for, why not to give more? I want to say that give more respect, give more value, give more time to the people, and promote ourselves. But the misconception is surrounding with this principle, I would like to say, especially young people have indecision in their life since childhood. They don't know what they want to do after their school. They don't know what to do after their college. And when they go to job, they don't know. It's always been told. So they are not taking initiative, and they misrepresent or maybe fail to understand this principle. Going the extra mile is so vitally important in each individual's life. And they think its success is very easy, and there are tidbits online and the word of mouth. People have been phrasing and marketing the things which they should be not doing, and the young people are like a copycat, and they want to copy the principle which works, but it doesn't work overnight. So they think the success is the fastest thing they can get it, and most of the time they end up getting failure in that. So we need to remove, I can say it in one sentence, we need to remove the facts from the fiction. We need to remove the facts from the opinion of the people of the success, faster success. So if there is a faster success, they need to put their head and heart and mind in that to find the facts. Because if they will run towards the facts, they will actually realize that most than 95% of people have opinion. And that's the cheapest commodity on planet Earth is the opinion. So we need to stay away from that.
Yes, that's a really, really powerful point. You mentioned the story about your uncle and the bike, and that was from your childhood. Have you noticed any positive experiences in your professional adult life where you've applied going the extra mile?
Yes, so it's very powerful, very meaningful for me. Since childhood, it's still vividly, I can see that I'm washing my bike, and so each individual service or client, in a personal way or in a cliental way, I apply this principle, not to just give what they've been asked. I always put my creative thought in that, what extra I can do. Every morning when I'm dealing with my client or my any personal service, I always ask this is one of my favorite questions in the morning, how can I improve my service today? And then I just jot down some idea. I can do better excellent than yesterday. So I'm always in a chase of competing myself to bring the best service from yesterday. So each time I bring creative ideas, creative way, but always in a positive and a friendly way. Everything I do for my clients or my personal people, I always do in a positive and in a friendly way with my good and best tone and best of my vocabulary. I use that in my service, and it comes by naturally. And people will love it because when you're real, they will see it in you, in your heart and in your face and on your words too as well. So I do practice bringing this principle in the way of creating and asking myself, how can I improve my service today? So I bring all the good ideas. And the most important thing I wanted to say is that being resourceful is so important. If I'm resourceful to bring the best idea, best answers, best concept, best way of doing things to my client and making their life easy, and then I can get whatever I need. So since childhood, I've been asking myself, is not what I want from the world. Instead of we should be asking I want this from the world. We should be asking something like this, what makes me so special that I will do it to the world and they will shower to me with whatever things I may desire.
Yeah, that's really, what can I do for the world to deserve what I'm looking from the world? That's a good perspective.
Yes. What makes me special that I can do it for the world, yes.
Yes. I was wondering, do you feel like the concept of going the extra mile could have some people think, well, a mile is a long way, but you just mentioned that you ask yourself every day, how can I do better for my clients? It doesn't necessarily have to be a dramatic, tremendous leap from yesterday. Sometimes it can be incremental, steady, consistent improvements. And then over time, that compound effect turns out to be just a dramatic extra mile. Have you seen that?
Yes, definitely. And I also give a very simple and maybe a funny example. I said to make a towering giant stone pyramid, it takes a while than the making a chicken coop. You need to have a persistence, like to make a strong monument. It doesn't build overnight. Any pyramid was not built overnight. It takes time. So with consistency, with your positive mental attitude, going the extra mile, with improving the same thing over and over and becoming an expert, like a scientist and doctor in the line of your field, so that people may address us as an expert. That's why experts write their own ticket. And that's why we stand in a higher bracket of success pyramid, that where we stand out because especially known for our skills and talent. And the time history is the result and the story itself. People who've been expert in their line of their field, they have reaped the most best rewards in their life. And they've been doing constantly improving and bringing implementation, new ideas in the same line of field. They don't put their head in 10 different things until they reach that stage. Once they achieve the success of one area, then they can multiply in a different way.
Yes.
So I would like to say an example, Mr. Warren Buffett or Bill Gates, they didn't start off with 20 different ideas or 20 different business areas, but they started in one line of a field, and when they reached that stage, once they made their first million probably in I don't know how many years, and the next million would have done probably in the less than 90% of that way they were made it. So getting at one point, focusing at one thing, and giving the best, and repeating the same principles and same discipline for the next project can be possible, and giving our best shots. Yeah, I think that's really helped, and I've been doing since childhood, and I love it each day. Yeah.
You mentioned your personal successes. Can you think of an example with a client of yours that you coach where you've taught them how to go the extra mile and then they saw a transformation in their life?
Yes, I think I have dozens and dozens of case studies, and reality. A lot of people can go on my LinkedIn and see what global clients are talking about. I specifically remember there was a student from a different country, and she just got a sponsorship and all, and I taught her so many the lesson. I said, you're not only just here to study, but you need to work. You need to have a vision that what if you want to stay in Canada, and you need to go extra mile each day, just not only learning, but also thinking ahead of time what I'm going to work and which area of work. So start reading books and writing ideas, 10 ideas a day, like how can you improve your service in the line of your field. And by the time the day will come, and you will already have thousands of ideas, and one idea can change your life. So most of the time when we get project, we start thinking at that time. If we think little ahead of time, that is, these are the line of my field, or this is the job, or this is the business, this is the client I'm going to meet or do, we need to start preparation, because I think preparation is the key to success. Nothing can take place of preparation and persistence, and I think so. So a lot of my clients, and they reap the reward, because when I give step-by-step plans to them to create a roadmap, and then once they follow that principles, and their rewards are definitely, some people get rewards within a day, some people get within a month. It depends how they take action on that.
Yes.
And I strongly believe personal initiative is the most important thing in our life. And maybe this recording, hundreds and millions of people are listening now, and what they're going to do after this recording is over. Are we going to take some initiative on that, some points which we really liked it and it makes sense to us? So the most important thing is taking the action part, taking personal initiative when we go to seminars and workshops and listen lectures or read books. And we get ideas every day. So ideas are in the air. That's what Thomas Edison said. He said ideas are in the air. So you just take it and perfect it.
Yeah, and so don't just do it at the minimum. Do that extra bit so that you stand out, because anyone can do a task and you then look like anyone else out there, your peers or your coworkers. Mm-hmm. But if you want that boss to look at you a little differently, when you do come in earlier, stay a little later, do it a little bit better, you then are going that extra mile. Yeah, I believe that wholeheartedly. I was wondering what inspired you to become a Napoleon Hill certified leader, and then what words of wisdom would you give to someone that is considering to do the same?
Well, I'm glad you asked me because first of all, it's an honor and it's privilege to be a Napoleon Hill certified leader, where this principle is over a century and is lingering. And most of us, they don't know about that, what this principle is all about and this secret formula is all about, which are actually no secret. These are simple things. Been adopted from all the successful people around the world, from John D. Rockefeller and Andrew Carnegie and Thomas Edison and all around the world people. So what inspired me was to empower young people for success, for a massive success. That I would like to say that creating the definiteness of purpose during the age of 10 will lead you to massive success, and one can get retired at the age of 30 instead of 60 years. And I'm an expert coach. Proudly I can say that to empower young people on that area. Imagine if we start our decision-making having a major purpose at the age of 10, by the time we do that research and study for another 5 years, and we'll become 15. And then by the time 10 years of practical experience putting in that, I don't think so that we need to stay till 60 years to get retired. I believe a person can get retired happily in 30 years and keep working for another 30 years. So that inspired me to empower young people for success, because I think there's a lot of room. We need to improve the roots for the coming generation. So I took this initiative to coming from nowhere, from being homeless twice to straight here at Napoleon Hill Foundation. I had the vision and dream to become certified leader and grasp all the profound ideas and concepts and share it to the world who are deserving and who are ready to learn something. And I think I'm just doing my part. And the only thing I've learned at this foundation and in this principle that I'm still a learner. I don't proclaim or proudly say that I know everything. I'm just a learner. I'm a student. But what I've learned, practically it works, and I got massive results with these principles and secrets. And I want to just simply share it to people and don't want to take that credit, I'm something or I'm this. It's just sharing the information out there, because there are a lot of young people who are deserving. They don't know. They don't have the right direction. So my mission is to just empower them and till my last breath of my life. Youth and women empowerment, this is what I want to do since childhood. And I think this certification has given me a bigger and broader channel and support to spread that the ideas and secret. And considering this is a remarkable thing, and I want to continue to keep educating myself to bring the best formulas and secret to provide to the world. And it's an honor and privilege to be a certified leader, especially to empower young people and youth and women.
Yes. Well, Happy, let's wrap up the principle number 4, going the extra mile, with let's tell us, what do you feel the easy next steps action plan would be for putting this principle into action?
You personally, or are you asking me in general?
If someone is thinking about principle number 4, going the extra mile, where do they start? And what are some action steps that they can implement into their life?
Well, it's very simple. There is nothing rocket science in that. It's a very simple thing. I would like to say, provide the excellent service, and they will reap the excellent rewards. Find your positive motive behind your purpose and do more than you paid for. I would say respect more, give more, love more from the day one in the personal and the professional area. And it will come up in your character and attitude, and it will become a habit of doing more. And when we do more, it's becoming a habit of doing more. Each day enhance the habit of doing the more in a creative and loving way. And also I would like to say, challenge the golden mind between the ears to produce more in creative ways of providing friendly, and professional way to offer your service each time as the first time. And I think these are few principles. And in order to achieve this principle, I think there are 4 simple steps. If anybody can apply this, they can get a massive self-healthy image and financial freedom too as well. It's been said in past. First of all, we need to forgive all others with no string attached, whoever it is. If we cannot forgive others, we cannot move ahead in life, because there are a lot of grudges in our heart and mind we keep in day-to-day life, that we don't like this or we don't like that man or woman or the person. Once we forgive others, we are actually making a lot of room in our heart and mind so that we can empower and bring more ideas. Second step is we need to look at ourselves at best. It doesn't matter where we are coming from, we're immigrant or whoever we are. If you have a proper English diction accent or your vocabulary is less or more, doesn't matter. Do your best. Look at yourself at your best, and the whole world will look at you in a positive way too. And forgive yourself with kind eyes. We become so hard on ourselves that we tend not to forgive ourselves. We are human. Like nobody can clap with 2 hands. It takes 2. So we must have also hurt someone or cheat or harm something. We are human. We do mistakes. So forgive ourselves with kind eyes and move ahead with positive mental attitude to do our best. And then the last, I would like to say, don't worry about others, what others have done or what others are doing. Keep up with your pace and don't feel guilty. Just march on your own drums rather than marching on somebody else's drum. Every morning we have 2 choices. Either we wake up with confidence or frustration. The choice is ours. Thank you so much.
Excellent. Well, Happy, thank you for your time chatting about this principle, going the extra mile. What's the best way that people can reach out and connect with you?
Well, thanks. I'm glad you asked me, and I'm excited to say that the world and lovely people of this world can reach me on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube as Mr. Happy Bains. I will spell it out, Mr. Happy, Happy, space BAINS, Bains, Mr. Happy Bains. You can see me on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or you can check it out my website, please. It's called GuruGlobalConsulting.com. That is GuruGlobalConsulting.com. Or you can reach on my cell phone if you want, 604-537-4194. And would love to be in your humble service, and my title is just nothing. I'm just a noble servant of the world.
Thank you, Happy. Appreciate your time.
You've been listening to the It's Your Fate podcast. To connect with me and pick up a copy of one of my books, please visit www.leffordfate.com. That's leffordfate.com. You've met your fate. Now let's walk into your destiny.